The Bold and the Beautiful. The Eternal Triangle heads to Italy. Introduction. A Mediterranean dream or a familiar nightmare. As the sun rises over the shimmering Mediterranean, fans of the bold and the beautiful are bracing themselves for another chapter in the never-ending saga of love, betrayal, and heartbreak. The Forrester clan, along with their closest friends and rivals, are preparing for a glamorous trip to Capri, Italy, a setting that promises romance, intrigue, and, inevitably, disaster. For longtime viewers, the anticipation is tinged with a sense of déjà vu. Will this be the trip that finally brings peace to the warring hearts of Ridge, Brooke, and Taylor? Or is it just another round in the endless game of musical chairs that defines their relationships? Setting the stage, the players and their motives. Ridge Forrester, torn between two loves. Ridge Forrester, the perennial heartthrob and creative force behind Forrester Creations, finds himself once again at the center of a love triangle that has spanned decades. Engaged to Taylor Hayes, the woman who has stood by him through thick and thin, Ridge is nonetheless drawn back to Brooke Logan, his on-again, off-again soulmate. Despite his recent engagement, Ridge's heart seems unable to resist the pull of Brooke, especially as the allure of Italy and the memories they share threaten to reignite old flames. Brooke Logan, the eternal temptress. Brooke Logan, ever the center of attention, is heading to Capri with Ridge and Eric. Her history with Ridge is legendary, marked by passion, betrayal, and reconciliation. While some see her as a woman who knows what she wants, others view her as a manipulator, always scheming to get her way. This time, Brooke's intentions are under scrutiny. Is she truly trying to move on? Or is she using Nick Marone to make Ridge jealous and win him back? Taylor Hayes, the perpetual victim. Taylor Hayes, the compassionate psychiatrist and Ridge's fiancé, is once again facing heartbreak. Just as she begins to recover from the emotional wounds of Ridge's past betrayals, she senses the familiar warning signs. The trip to Italy, meant to be a celebration, feels more like a prelude to disaster. Taylor's supporters are frustrated, watching her endure yet another round of heartbreak as Ridge's affections waver. Nick Marone, the wild card. Nick Marone, the rugged and unpredictable outsider, is joining the group in Capri. His presence adds another layer of complexity to the already tangled web. Nick's history with Brooke is well known, and his rivalry with Ridge is legendary. As he steps into the fray, questions abound. Is Nick there to support Brooke, to win her back, or simply to stir the pot? Eric Forrester, the patriarch. Eric Forrester, the wise and weary patriarch, accompanies the group, hoping to keep the peace. But even his steady hand may not be enough to prevent the coming storm. The build-up, warning signs, and old patterns. As the group prepares for their Italian adventure, the warning signs are impossible to ignore. Ridge and Taylor's engagement, already on shaky ground, seems destined for a swift and painful end. Even by soap opera standards, the speed with which Ridge's affections shift is remarkable. Taylor, ever the optimist, tries to believe in Ridge's promises, but her friends and family see the writing on the wall. Brooke, meanwhile, is playing a dangerous game. Her interactions with Nick are raising eyebrows, with some accusing her of using him to provoke Ridge's jealousy. The pattern is all too familiar. Brooke, unable to win Ridge's heart outright, turns to another man, often a rival or even a brother, to stoke the fires of competition. The fans weigh in, frustration and fatigue. The bold and the beautiful fan community is divided. Some are firmly on Team Brooke, others on Team Taylor, but a growing number are simply over it. The endless cycle of love triangles, betrayals, and reconciliations has left many viewers exhausted. As one fan put it, the cycle and merry-go-round continue. Italy and impending catastrophe are just a few days away. Online forums are buzzing with speculation and frustration. Some fans sympathize with Taylor, who always seems to be left in the dust. Others criticize Brooke for her manipulative tactics, accusing her of playing brother against brother and never truly moving on. Nick's role is also under scrutiny, with some questioning his motives and others lamenting his inability to see through Brooke's schemes. The trip to Italy, romance or ruin. As the group arrives in Capri, the stage is set for high drama. The breathtaking scenery and romantic ambience only serve to heighten the tension. Ridge, torn between his loyalty to Taylor and his passion for Brooke, finds himself at a crossroads. Taylor, sensing the impending betrayal, struggles to maintain her composure. Brooke, ever the strategist, maneuvers to keep Ridge's attention while keeping Nick close as a backup. Nick, for his part, is frustrated by his inability to win Brooke's heart outright. Despite his frequent appearances at Forrester offices and his willingness to support Brooke, he always seems to be one step behind Ridge. The rivalry between the brothers threatens to boil over, with Eric caught in the middle, trying to keep the peace. The breaking point, heartbreak and betrayal. Inevitably, the trip reaches a breaking point. Ridge, unable to resist Brooke's allure, breaks his promise to Taylor. The betrayal is devastating, not just for Taylor but for everyone involved. Taylor, who had just begun to recover from her last heartbreak, is once again left in tears. The violation of Ridge's promise, his affection, and the suffering inflicted on Taylor's heart are what truly break hearts, even more than the endless back and forth between Ridge and Brooke. Taylor's supporters are outraged. "Taylor, poor guy. Taylor, you're always left in the dust," one fan laments. Others predict that Taylor will be blamed for turning to Nick for support, with Ridge interpreting her actions as deceit and using it as an excuse to discard her for Brooke. The aftermath, the cycle continues. As the dust settles, the familiar pattern reasserts itself. Ridge and Brooke are reunited, at least for now, while Taylor is left to pick up the pieces. Nick, once again, is left on the sidelines, his hopes dashed. Eric, ever the peacemaker, tries to console Taylor and keep the family together. The fan community is left to debate the outcome. Some argue that Brooke will never be content to settle with Ridge, predicting that the cycle will soon begin anew. Others sympathize with Taylor, who is once again the victim of Ridge's fickle affections. Still others are simply tired of the endless drama, longing for a fresh storyline or a definitive resolution. New information. What's next for the Forrester clan? As the show returns from Italy, the fallout from the trip will reverberate through the Forrester family and beyond. Taylor, devastated but resilient, will begin a new journey of self-discovery. Ridge and Brooke, reunited but haunted by their past, will face new challenges as they try to build a future together. Nick, ever the wild card, may find new love or new purpose as he moves on from Brooke. Rumors abound about upcoming storylines. Will Taylor find new love, perhaps with a surprising new character? Will Ridge and Brooke's reunion last, or will old habits die hard? Will Nick finally find happiness, or will he remain entangled in the Forrester drama? And what role will Eric play as the family patriarch, trying to keep the peace in a house divided? Conclusion: the never-ending saga. For fans of the bold and the beautiful, the trip to Italy is just the latest chapter in a story that has captivated viewers for decades. The love triangle between Ridge, Brooke, and Taylor is as old as the show itself, and while some fans are weary of the endless cycle, others can't get enough of the drama. As the show moves forward, one thing is certain: the Forrester family will continue to face love, loss, and betrayal, with the beautiful backdrop of the fashion world and the glamorous settings of places like Capri. Whether you're Team Brooke, Team Taylor, or simply over it, there's no denying the enduring appeal of the bold and the beautiful. So, as the merry-go-round continues and the next chapter unfolds, fans are left to wonder, will anyone ever find lasting happiness? Or is heartbreak simply the price of love in the world of the Forresters? Join the discussion. Are you rooting for Brooke, Taylor, or are you just ready for something new? What do you think will happen next? Share your thoughts and predictions below. If you'd like a more detailed, scene-by-scene breakdown or want to explore specific character arcs in greater depth, let me know. I can continue with more analysis, fan theories, or even a creative reimagining of what could happen next.